Welcome. Good morning. Today is the Daily Huddle. Yesterday, we had a chance to be thankful, celebrate Thanksgiving with our family, friends, loved ones, whoever that may be. I know it was a great day to reflect on the year. That this year has been flying by, personally, in my opinion. Um, but it was a great chance to reset, get a perspective change, and really think about what we're here to do and what we can do in Q4, which is quarter four of the year. So going into the holiday season, I know I mentioned it last time I was with you guys. It's a very, very important time of the year for mothers, fathers with families, anyone who's providing even for themselves, especially the business owners, right? They're rock stars juggling a lot of things year round, but this time of year, um, things crank up a lot for them intensity wise. So just keep that in mind. They're thinking a lot about their business, what they can do, what they can't do right now. And one conversation from a neighborly, friendly, broker that can facilitate not just an offer, but the best offer on funding for their business if need be. That's unmatched, guys, especially like I said, this time of year. So keep this in mind, guys. It's on us just as much as it's on the business owner to do their part. It's on us to make sure we're here and we're showing up for them because they show up for their community, their customers just as much, right? So let's keep that in mind, guys. Great perspective to have as we make this last jump for the end of the year. But to get started, guys, funding story of the day today. It's a auto body shop out of Florida down here with me. The broker is a merged BCCO, which happens to be John, recent member of my team. So I'm happy to shout out John. Great work on this. I know I talked about this specific deal with you a few days ago. John's been in the B2B market for a while now, right? But this is just another tool on his belt. So the conversations, the things like that, I know flow for him very easily just because after meeting with him and talking with him, he's very well versed in that. So obviously this is uh, a new avenue, a new, field for him, but obviously it doesn't change, guys, right? If you're a people, you're people, you like to talk and share what needs to be said sometimes to people. That's all it really is. So he met this client. The client has really good credit, needs only 100K. He has a current position with another lender, but he needs these funds for business expansion, right? Even though he has funds or other positions, business still needs expansion, has expansion needs. So we got an A-lender offer that will require paying off the current balance with the competitor. But this client with his credit and his revenue, he was approved up to essentially 300 grand, 299,500 with a core rate of 1.31, guys, 1.31 with 18 months, and the lender fee was waived. So it has an effective rate of 1.2. So didn't need everything that he was approved for. Now, after speaking with John, the business owner needs to, being that they have another position, they're just kind of going through some numbers and seeing what makes sense for the business, right? So that happens, right? But the offer itself, we can all agree. I mean, even if you're new or you've been with DAC for a long time, this is a great offer. I mean, to come back within as quick as it did, a day or so with these rates and the 18 months lender fee waived. I mean, that is what the platform can do. We see it time and time again. So whether this business owner decides to take the funds, it just needs to make sense timing wise for them. But now they know without a doubt that if they need 100K, they're getting proof for 300 within a business day. I mean, you can't beat that, guys. And now that business owner knows going down the road, if they have something that requires up to 300K with their current credit and revenue, it's there for the taking for them with some very, very good rates attached to it. So great job, Bank Breezy team. Great job, John. I'm sure we're going to be saying his name a lot to come. It's making me get in my competitive mode. I'm like, hey man, okay, you got a client in the last couple of days. Well, it's my turn, right? So, great job, John. It's really inspiring to see you to get after it, buddy. So, I'm sure we'll touch on that. I know he wasn't able to be on today, but we might be able to get him on Monday. Now going into the pro tip, guys, I mentioned it. Master the simple stuff. Okay, so this is going to be a short, effective, hopefully motivating segment, and then we're going to go to you guys, and then we're going to get out of here and make this Friday, this Black Friday, a little bit more productive than it was before we hopped on. So master the simple stuff, right? In this business, the business that we're in business funding. We offer some other services as well, but business funding is our bread and butter. It's our main thing, right? So people sometimes assume that brokers who win, right, the brokers that are doing the most successful, doing the best, are doing something complicated behind the scenes. But in the reality is these people who grow the most, who grow the fastest, who find that success, right? They are the ones who consistently execute the basics, the simple things over and over again, right? To perfection, not just sometimes, not just here and there, but they do the consistent basics, right? So they don't overthink them. They don't wait for the perfect plan, the perfect CRM, or the mailing, systems that with the open responses. They just they consistently act out the necessities, the basics, right? And they don't chase complexity either. And so they get really good at the simple actions that makes files move forward, right? It creates new clients. Those are the things. If you look at any client we've had, most of them you would see, you ask the broker, he or she, how did this come to be? And you'll hear the same types of stories over and over. Now they may change based on how it came to be, but if you hear the bones of the story, right, they're all the same. It's the simple basic things. So simple works because it's easy to start, right? It's easy to pick up, it's easy to do. That creates momentum. As we've said before, micro wins can get you through the week. It's easy to repeat, right? Because once you've done the basics, well, now you're getting more used to that flow, that rhythm, um, and it builds momentum, like I said. So momentum is everything, not only just in this industry that we're in, but in business itself, right? Without momentum, things get stale, they get stagnant. So when I'm saying the simple stuff, I'm talking about fundamentals that we all have to do. These are things that even if you're brand new, you should kind of get a sense in your mind, like, okay, if I can see how, if I'm doing these things, it's going to it's going to drive my business forward, right? So I'm going to give a few examples. They may not be everything, but this is from what I believe are the basics, right? Which is connecting with business owners in a clear, genuine, transparent way. Not over explaining the product, not speaking like they're unsure if you're trying to get a yes or no. Just, hey, I'm speaking out to you in a clear, genuine way. I feel better now as a DAC broker that I was able to share the truth and the power of the Bank Breezy platform to you in a clear, genuine, honest way, right? Following up quickly and kindly, right? A lot of clients, I would say, get lost, right? In the follow up. I mean, it's great to make that initial contact, but being there consistently, providing not just, hey, we have the platform. Hey, we have the platform. If you need funding, I'm here. That's great. They probably understood that after your first conversation. So following up quickly and kindly means following up with maybe some information about maybe their industry or just something that's just pushing that needle forward, right? So that's just an example of that. Getting the application link in front of someone without hesitating, overthinking the timing, right? If you had a conversation with them and you've expressed that to them and they say, yo, I may have an idea, I may have a need, right? If you promise to get that link out to them, that's something that needs to happen, right? And not with should I send it, even though we talked and it's 8 p.m, should I send it the next day? Hey, you're a pro, you're an advisor, you do what you need to do to get them moving along. And it's not just sometimes getting that link out. It's reassuring them with my prior point, following up quickly and kindly to let them know that you're here to guide them through that process, right? Sometimes that's what it takes to be a pro. So if you just get your link out there, that's a referral partner, that's fine, right? You've referred the platform, but being a pro and doing the simple basics as a pro and as an advisor is to offer yourself, and I'm sure most of you do, but I'm just again mentioning these are the things, right? So helping them through that process, letting them know you're here to make sure any of their needs, any of their questions are going to be answered, right? Because again, that's what separates us. Another thing, using the tools we already have. Are you taking advantage of the resource center, right? All of the marketing materials there, that could be a part of the follow-up. That's simple, right? Using the tools that we already have. Those are basic things that we want to make sure are out there available to you guys. And my last point, reaching out to a small handful of people each day. So if we keep all these things in mind, connecting with business owners, clear and genuine way, following up quickly and kindly, whatever that means, at whatever stage, getting the application link in front of someone, not overthinking it, using the tools we already have, making sure you're taking advantage of all of those things, and then reaching out to a small handful of people each day at a minimum, right? So none of these actions in particular are difficult, but when you do them with consistency and intention and drive and a purpose, they become incredibly powerful together, all these things together, right? So professionals aren't great because they master these complicated AI, texting strategies or these overnight email AI. No, no, they're great because they mastered the simple basics, right? One's better than everyone else, and they did them consistently with purpose. That's all it is, guys. And you could speak to any leader in our field right now, they would tell you the same thing. What I'm doing is nothing that we haven't spoken about day in and day out, week after week. You go back through these huddles, right? And if you ask us, hey, how'd you get this last funding? Oh, I can see that day when we talked about whatever it is, right? Leading with purpose. Or, oh yeah, well, we talked about the rates, and I said, well, is the benefit of the cost, greater than the funding amount? Okay. And you can go back to all these huddles, right? Everything we're saying is just from what we've done. These are just the basics, the simples, things that to be great, you just have to do time in and time out. So today's challenge, pick one simple action that you're going to do with purpose, not 10 things. One, if you have the time today, maybe two, 1 to 2 things, just something that you've been putting off. And I know my last huddle was about sharpening your sword, but this is a little different. This is picking up the ball on something that maybe it's on this list or maybe it's not, but you can tell if it's a simple thing to do, right? Sending out 10 emails to business owners that you've already connected with, making sure you wish them a happy Thanksgiving and hoping that their business is doing great through this holiday season, whatever it may be. Pick up that thing to do. And once, let's see, one follow up you haven't sent yet. These are just examples I wrote down. One follow up you haven't sent, one link you haven't shared, a video. Make it simple, but do it today, right? Get that knocked off your list. There's a lot of people out spending time. I know I'm going to be with some family later, but I've got some work needs to do, right? I spent some time celebrating yesterday, and I woke up today and thought, you know what? I could go out and do a couple things, but I'm going to get my stuff together and I'm going to sit down and knock out a few things before I go out and enjoy the rest of my day. Not, and it's bigger than me. I have a feeling that there's somebody that needs to be reached out to me from me today. And if I don't do that, I'm leaving something on the table that is my duty, right? So that's just, once you get into this kind of mindset, you're addicted to the simple things, right? You want to do those simple things each day because you see that one. I mean, I left a voicemail on Wednesday, right? I had some follow-ups I needed to do, and I got this lady's voicemail, and I really wanted to get her on the phone. I said, darn, I was really hoping to catch up with her. We always have great conversations. So I was like, I'm going to leave this voicemail, but I'm just going to leave it like how we talk. We always kind of laugh and this and that. So I left her the voicemail. I said, I wish I got you. And lo and behold, she actually sent me a text message late that night and said, I'm so sorry. They have a landscaping business. She's like, oh, everyone, for Thanksgiving, they need their places to look amazing. So I'm working till like 8 at night. And I was like, dang, Thanksgiving's tomorrow, and I hope all is well with you. And she actually applied. Now she's in the process right now. It's not a super big funding, but just that voicemail right there, I was like, I need to make sure that she hears my voice. And I think we just need to take that to note, guys. Every day, master the simples, master the basics, and do them consistently, right? With purpose, not just do them, not just, I'm going to get my 10. Okay, did I do 10, 10, knock it off? Yes. Do it with purpose, right? Those things mixed together, you will become a pro. It's not about if, it's about when, okay? So I'm going to leave you guys with this. When you master the simple stuff, everything in this business becomes easier, it becomes more fun. You want to wake up and just do as much as you can. And the brokers who commit to that are the ones who win long term. That's something that's just been proven, not in just this business, but business in general. And if you guys can keep that perspective, that mindset, especially going into this holiday busy, crazy season, I think that we'll be hearing a lot of great stories from you guys. So if you guys know me, you know that I always end off with a quote. So today's quote is from Aristotle. It's excellence. I'll start over. Excellence is not a singular act, but a habit. You are what you repeatedly do, right? Excellence is not a singular act, but a habit. You are what you repeatedly do. All right, guys, so let's keep that into mind. If you have some time available this weekend, like I said, guys, the simple things, get addicted to it. Once you do that, you will see it's
Amen.
too easy, guys.